Hey guys, this video is going to be about if you look Khoi or Khoisan, you are not black. You are Negro. You are a Iudean, a person from Thailand. Okay? Now I don't understand. We got the Manique people. We got the was it the Semang Asli in Malaysia. It's a lot of different Judean tribes around the world. We're gonna focus on the Khoi right now. But yeah, the Khoisan, right? They're categorized as Bushmen, coloreds, Hottenots, instead of African, right? They love to say, "Oh, we're all African." Why don't they categorize the Khoi as African? They categorize them as San, Hottenots, Bushmen. You know, these are derogatory names, right? So, same thing here. If you're of lighter skin, or if you don't look Negro. I mean, if you don't look like a Hindu dark. If you don't look like a Hindu dark black, or is not Nilotic or West African, then you're called colored, or not black enough, which is stupid because Negroes grow Afro hair and have light ruddy skin. Ruddy skin. So you gotta ignore that racism that they put out. All right. But yeah, this video is about Black Americans looking Khoi. I already made a video about Black Americans looking Negro. Looking Asiatic Negro, right? Now we're gonna focus on this one, just the Khoisan people. Just the Khoisan are indigenous Southern African hunters and pastoralists, right? Basically, black people with the oldest DNA because they have Asian, right? However, it says that the Dutch East India Company, or black Europeans that live in black Africa pretend to be, indigenous to Africa, right? They captured Asians, right? Asian slaves. Yes, the Dutch East India Company, or black Europeans, was heavily involved in the capture and trade of Asian slaves throughout its existence, specifically Southeast Asia. Between 1602 and 1796, the black Europeans captured an estimated 600,000 to 1 million. Not 20 million, not 50 million, not 100 million, only 600,000 to 1 million. So we're all not Judeans, right? Enslaved people in the Indian Ocean region. The company eclipsed its European rivals in the sheer volume of goods and people transported. Sources of enslaved people. The enslaved individuals were primarily sourced from regions from modern-day India, Indonesia, specifically Celebes, and Bali, and Sri Lanka. Alright, so we're going to get back this to another video, but we can read this part. The black Europeans, so when you see BOC, Dutch East India Company, is just talking about the black Africans / black Europeans. Reason I'm saying black Africans / Europeans, the black Africans that I'm saying that they're actually black Europeans, is just they're called black African because they're hiding their identity. The black Europeans got their identity, just they don't know who they are because their ancestors want to make sure that they are black instead of black European. Okay, so which is also within my blood too. If you're I'm pretty sure if you're a very dark if you're darker than red, you have black European DNA. Like me, I'm darker than red. Now, is everybody in my family darker than red? No, I have all different colors in my family. I got light, dark, red, I got all that. I can post, but not right now. The black Europeans forcibly relocated populations across its territories. They basically captured and displaced populations across its territories, the places that they conquered, right? For example, after conquering the island of Banda, what the hell is that? Let's look up this right quick. City in India, okay. Alright, so they captured them in this area. Well, part of them, right? It says Indonesia. Why the hell is saying India? Okay, I'm stupid. All right, just bear with me. All right, Indonesia. Yep. All right, so let's get back to the point. The company. Remember, it's not company. It's the Black Europeans / Black Americans. All right. So the Black Europeans captured people in shekels, right? Shekels, chains, and displaced people captured from Sayu. Now, they misspelled the word to make it up, but they're trying to say Thailand. All right, Thailand. Sayu is an Indonesian island in North Sulawesi. Now, actually, okay, so now they're saying this is an island in Indonesia, but it doesn't really matter because, you know, either they took the people from Siam or Ayutthaya, which is this land, Siam, right? So if you type in Siam, right, same area, right? It don't matter if they got it from Indonesia. When you type in indigenous, dang. Okay, to make it faster, we're going to do this. Indigenous. Okay. Indigenous Indonesians Negro. When you type that, it's going to talk about the Melanesians of Indonesia. Right? There's indigenous people in Indonesia called Papuan, right? Now they're still there because they probably had a different type of, race, but the other ones had to escape. Some went in the mountains in other lands, and others got captured. So, therefore, forced the cultivation of nutmeg. I don't know what that means, but hopefully someone can figure that out. The company also imported Asian slaves, Southeast Asian slaves, Iudeans, to its colony at the Cape of Good Hope, South Africa, after failing to force local inhabitants into labor, leaving a permanent cultural impact on the colored community there. Boom. We're going to talk about that another in next video. We're going to get to the point. So, right? These are the people that were captured out of Ayutthaya. They come in many different, phenotypes a little bit, but they're mainly called Hottenots or Bushmen. Right? So, I'm going to give you some examples. Got this Khoisan man right here. He has the epicanthic folds, yellow-red skin, pepper-colored, peppercorn, kinky afro hair, lack of facial hair. Now you have some Khoi men that can grow the beard, which is like, what's his name? King Khoisan. You see King Khoisan right there? And the other dude, he can grow a beard, but he still got the Khoisan look. And he's probably... So this is my guess. Lex Will might be able to answer this. And this dude looks like Lex Will. He does. Got same face. It's just, Lex Will has a different, genetic makeup that's causing him to have less, I guess, Negro. I'm not sure I'm saying it right, but like, yeah, he looks exactly like Lex Will. He just has more Negro DNA. I think I'm saying it correct. But but I'm guessing the reason he can't grow the beard and he can is because through his father's line. I might be wrong, but through his father's line, they didn't mix with the Canaanite, but through the other mother side it did, and that's why you can see the eye. But yeah, I might be wrong, but his mixed with the Canaanite, so that's why it's hard to grow a beard. His, I guess, through the father's line didn't, but maybe through the mother's line it did. So, but yeah, let's get back to the point. These are Iudeans, right? I'll show you some more examples in the Iudean. And it don't matter if they're of Ham or not. They all are part of that stock. Alright, Iudeans. Okay. Let me type King Khoi, and I had some more examples. There's another one right there. See how this dude is Asian, right? But he's Negro. This will be a Negro, whose ancestors didn't mix with Canaanites, but maybe yeah, that'll be a Negro who didn't mix with Canaanites. But I think I'm saying it correctly, right? So yeah. Now we're gonna get to the Black Americans who look like Khoisan people, Bushmen, colored, all the derogatory terms, right? Basically, they're basically saying white blood or light skinned people, like how they do in America. But what you have to understand is just because you're lighter skinned doesn't mean that you're mixed. They lied to you. So for example, right? Wesley Johnson, NBA player. He's known, playing basketball, and of course known for having an Asian look, right? He would be an example of a Black American or Negro American who shares DNA with the Khoisan, right? Because they were both captured from Asia. Now let's show an example of someone that looks like him. I'll say him. We'll say him, yeah. See this man right here? This Khoisan man right here, this Iudean, looks exactly like Wesley Johnson, right? Wesley Johnson looks exactly like him. Both of them were captured from this area. Another example. This dude named Jojo Toppin. I used to play basketball against him when I was in AAU high school, something like that. He has a little Khoisan look too. So, pull up the picture, boom, matches. That's another example. Khoisan, right? Let's do who else? Who else? Maybe Ayo and Tio. These people, they're from Atlanta too, but Ayo and Tio. I think they are Michigan, I'm not sure, but we're gonna pull up Tio. Yes, reason I have to bring up basketball, football, and rappers. I know because the Israelites. Yes, I'm saying the word. The Israelites are not. So, like for example, right? They're not going to have a lot of money today. They're gonna. Some will, but what I'm saying is, I'm saying that, I don't know how to explain it, but like, what you call it, I don't know how to explain it, but I know how to, so, I remember Lex was talking about that the rap, that now we went from rulers of the Israelites went through, ruling, Iudea, and, having their own land and, having their own healers and, priests, temples, all that, right? To now where you're in the street and people telling you that they make beats, right? I do this, I make beats. So I'm saying that the slaves, Israelites today, they're not gonna have the ability to really want to become doctors and lawyers. I'm not saying that there's not, but I'm just trying to tell you that they won't. They'll just become rappers and ball players and football players, right? Now, obviously, there's no oppression, right? There's no pressure of the Black Europeans and the Moors oppressing the Israelites to do these things while they're becoming doctors, lawyers, and all that, right? So, for example, if I type black doctor, right? If I type black doctor, you're only going to find Black Europeans and Moors. If I type black lawyer, you're only going to find Black Europeans and Moors. If I type, and also Arabs, Black Arabs. When I type black teacher, you're only going to find Black Europeans and Moors and Arabs, Black Arabs. When I type black businessman, right? Black businessman. Oh, I can't spell. This is why I got to use the thing. You're only going to find swarthy Black Europeans are mixed, Black Europeans, Arabs, and Africans. You're never gonna find people that look like this and that. You're only gonna find them as entertainers, because that's what part of oppression is, to make you act, to make you their entertainment or show play like an animal. That's why they refer to them as Bushmen and color and Hottenot, because they don't see you as part of their rank, right? So you know, and it's like a caste system. Why do you think they don't grow their hair out? Not just because, you know, they have straight hair in some of them, right? But also, right? They know that they can't really grow the dreadlocks and the big afros like how you guys do. And they know that, like when we were in school, right? like we were in school, people who had the small locks, they got made fun of. People who had the big locks, they got all the girls. People who had the big afros, they got all the girls, they get twists and all that, right? People who had the small ones, they were told, "Hey, bro, cut your hair. That shit is small. That shit, right?" But while you were doing that, they were becoming lawyers, doctors, all that, and they cut their hair low. And now you got to cut their hair low so you look like them, even though they used to try to look like you in school. So, somewhat what I'm saying, right? But yeah. Sorry, I'm eating chips too, but yeah. So basically, right, you guys, according to the scriptures, you guys are going to be making beats, and women might be selling themselves for not following scriptures. And then also, you're going to be oppressed by the tabernacles of Edom, Moab, and the Hagareans, which are the black Europeans, Moors, black Africans, and they're going to be in the rich businessmen, your doctors, all that, right? That's going to be them. You guys, this is us. This is us, right? I mean, this is y'all right here. This is y'all right here. You know. Alright. Now, they keep showing Jay-Z and all. Ignore that. I'm talking about today. Look, this is what y'all look like. Right? Asian eyes, right? I mean, this is a bad example, but you get what I'm saying. But let's get back to the Khoi people, alright? So we already did JoJo Toppin. We already did Wesley Johnson. We compared this to this Khoi. Where that Khoisan man at? We already compared him to the Khoisan man. Where he at? Right there. Khoisan man. Israelite. Iudean, right? Now, who the next one we gonna do? Oh yeah, Ayo and Tio, right? Tio, look at his face. He's known for the got the smooth form too. That's the Israelite. All right, that's his brother right there. He you know, so his brother got kind of different mixture, but they're known for their dancing, entertainment, right? Show play, animal. Not. I'm not calling Israelites animals. What I'm saying is, right, to the black Europeans and the whites, because we're taught, right? We are taught that black people are slaves in the basketball and football and what you call it, what is it, music entertainment, to the white people while they're taking all the jobs. No. It ain't just them. It's also black Europeans. All right, they see y'all as animals too. You know, not me, but I'm trying to tell you. All right, because you'll get my point later. I'll make another video, but yeah, like Ayo and Tio got the Bushman look, right? Where the Bushman look like him? I already knew it. Bingo. His nose a little bit smaller, but I could find a bigger one. I could find one with someone with a bigger nose like him. Where he at? Ayo and Tio. Where he at? Bingo. Got the same. He just don't got the teeth like him, and he a little bit, you know, lighter. Right? Ayo and Tio, another Khoisan looking person. Next up, who we got? Who we got next up? Fully Chopped. I already showed him another video. Fully Chopped. Chicago rapper. He has a really Khoisan look. Alright, Fully Chopped. Right? Won't even mention his real name. I have no clue why. Just say your real name if you become an artist. We just pull up Khoisan boy. Oh, that's okay. We'll do Khoisan children. Yeah. Nah. We'll do Khoisan people. All right, because I told you, you know, yeah, there it is. Okay, boom. Where is that? Where is it at? I mean, we could probably pull off some. Let's do it. Khoisan child. Let's see. It should show it. Okay, there we go. He don't really look like. I'm trying to find it, but he's supposed to, it was a good picture that he looked like. He looked like, I forgot. I'm trying to find a pic. But you better use this one. Maybe that one. You don't look like him. Okay, we'll just go back to the man. We'll try to do man. Dang, we'll do. There was a good picture of him that he looked exactly like the Khoisan man. I forgot, but yeah, fully chopped. He has that Khoisan look too. A lot of y'all look like this, man. A lot of y'all look like this dude, either light or dark. All right, there we go. I think that's the picture. Right. Maybe this one, yeah. Look exactly the same, sort of. Got the same look. Khoisan, both Iudeans. Just one in South Africa and one in America. Not African, they are Asians, Iudeans. We already did Wesley Johnson. Fully chopped. JoJo Toppin. What's his name? Who was that? Ayo and T.O., the dancer. Y'all know who this is. Alright. Now, let me see if I can find some other examples. Oh, who else would be? Now, I'm not sure if he's. I'll do him. I played basketball with him before. Yeah, I told you in Georgia we had. I'm gonna have somebody will have the documentary on this, but I think it's a lot of this AAU basketball. I need to see one day if the Black Europeans control EYBL and basketball and all that, cause it's promoted here in Georgia a lot, man. I promise you, every parent who had a son that 01s play basketball or football. So but someone who I played with, Davion Smith, he got the Khoisan look a little bit. It's just he's darker or more red, I meant. But I'm not sure if he's of the European or the because you know there were Judeans like in the Europe, but I'm not sure if he was like the but he probably is. He got that look, so I know his brother got a look too. So and yeah, it won't show his family, but that's another example of a Khoisan looking person. Not sure if that would match what I'm talking about. Alright, so next we got who should we do next? Wait, we got Eve. It's hard to find a woman. Eve, rapper, singer. No makeup. So we look at Eve with no makeup, right? She looks Khoisan. She's a little more redder. Right? She could be European, but I don't think so. Now we're gonna pull up Quinlan. What's her name? Quinlan Blackwell. Yeah. Remember, she's a Yeah, Quinlan Blackwell. Yeah, she might be Black European, but she looks Khoisan. So no makeup. All right. So we got Quinlan Blackwell, and then we got Eve. Why does she call herself Eve? I don't understand that. Khoisan women, right? Trying to find a Khoisan woman that looked like I found it earlier, but I can't find it now. Now what? Khoisan woman body? No. What? What the hell? No. We're just trying to find the women. I know, they look beautiful, but we're not focused on that. We're focused on trying to show what they look like. I can't find that picture of the oppression. Let's do Khoisan oppression. Okay, might be this one. I can't. Okay, we'll do Khoisan. Okay, so before we go back, we're gonna go here. Now we're gonna do sand people. Alright. There we go. Right. This woman, that's some mother right there. This woman looks exactly like Eve a little bit. You see it. Look exactly alright. Then you got Quinlan Blackwell. Look exactly like the Bush woman. You see it? Her nose is a little bit different. Her epicanthic folds. They're not so. So you can see her epicanthic folds a little bit more on this picture, right? But matches, right? No makeup too. So yeah, that's your Khoi woman right there. Your Iudean woman. Now, Lex Will, he's already showed Tanya Lee Williams, right? I'm not sure, but they share last name, so I'm pretty sure what he's saying is correct. Now, the only thing I can do to prove that she is that she looks Khoi, right? So this is the only thing I can do. So you get Tanya Lee Williams, right? She got the Khoi. Right, she got the small the little epicanthic fold, the afro hair, red skin, right? Got the same smile like me. I smile just like her, but I'm not sure if I'm on the same stock. I'm not sure, but let's see. Come on, that's made Tyson, but yeah, King Khoisan wife, right? So we know King Khoisan, the Khoisan celebrity, right? He has a wife, but she's dead. So his queen, right? That's his wife. So if you get the picture of her face, looks kind of like Tanya Lee Williams. Just her jaw a little bit smaller. So I think the difference would be is like what I was saying earlier. King Khoisan, he can grow a beard, right? Because now I can't go right there, but I'm saying possibly because he's probably one of the Israelites that did not mix with Canaanites, and that's why he can still grow the beard somewhat, right? But it's not growing fully because maybe through his mother or some other side they were more Canaanitish, right? More Asian DNA. And Tanya Lee Williams, she's probably the same way. She probably has more of the Judean DNA while having some Canaanite, right, than her. So, because she looks like her, like at certain angles, Tanya Lee Williams looks like King Khoisan's wife. So that's another example of a Iudean Khoisan looking woman. Alright? I'm not sure if I could do Tiana Taylor. Let's do Tiana Taylor. Alright? I told you it's hard for me to show the women because the women, they wear makeup to cover the heritage. So, this is the best one I could find. Maybe. There we go. That's it is, right? That's the picture. And of course, I like to bring this up, but Bayon Temple, right? The Bayon Temple, Cambodia, Buddhist temple. Where it at? Matches that temple. Look at that. Same smile. Look exactly like that temple, bro. But yeah, so Tiana Taylor. I'm not sure if she is an Iudean, but you can see the phenotype. You can see it. She looks like, let me see, like her a little bit. And I wish Lex Will would use this as an example. Cause look, in your videos, if you can, use this as an example to show the women. Cause I told you, I've already proved to you some women in America that look like her. And I already showed you men that look like the Khoi people, like King Khoisan, etc., right? She looks like her, right? Okay. Now, I'm going to keep going. This is going to be a long video because we're trying to show people, black Americans, that look Khoi. The Khoi are not called African. The only time the Khoi are called African is when they're trying to talk about the land. That is it. All right? That's the only time the Khoi are called African. When they want to talk about the heritage of the South African land, because the Black Dutch, aka Cyril Rama, where the fuck his name is? Cyril, what's his name? Cyril what? This dude, he's saying that, and this other dude too, right? What's his name? Julius Malema. This dude. These dudes talking about. You know, it's funny. He looked like somebody. What's that movie called? Angry. What's it? Angry Mad Black Woman. Yeah, my mom. She used to watch this movie. He looked like him. That's who he looked like. All right, but yeah, those people, their ancestors took the land, right, with the white indigenous people there, white Africans, and then took y'all out of Southeast Asia and then placed y'all in South Africa, making y'all think y'all indigenous, but you guys are not. You guys are indigenous to this land, which we're gonna talk about in another video. All right, let's get back to the point. X, X, and X, X. All right. So who else are we gonna do next? Might have to research, huh? Who else looks Khoi? Who looks Khoi? Who looks Khoi? You know what? We can do Lex Will. Might as well do Lex Will, right? We'll do Lex Will. Okay. So Lex Will, right? He's a Israelite, a Judean. Okay. You know, he shows. We'll just do his shorts. We'll do this one. So there's somebody I know that looks like Lex Will in South Africa. I think his name is Sam Basel. Basel, right? What's his name? Hassan Basel? I forgot. Dang, what is his name? South Africa, what the hell is his name? I forgot. Bassem, I think it's Bassem Hassel. I forgot his name. Bassem. Trying to find it. Dang, I forgot his name. We'll do King Khoisan again. King Khoisan. What's this one? Okay, we'll do King Khoisan interview. Oh wait, no, I found it. There we go. Hamel Bassem. Yeah, this dude look exactly like Lex Will. And look, he's with King Khoisan. They both proud of their South African heritage, right? I mean, not South African. They're Khoisan heritage. Even though they're not Khoisan, they are. I mean, they're not indigenous to South Africa. They're the Iudeans, Judean. Lex Will looks exactly like this dude. This is why Lex Will is trying to prove to y'all. He's trying to tell y'all that you guys are not black African. Right? So, and this dude, he looks like King Khoisan too. Right? And I've been trying to contact him, the Hissam, and tell him about Lex Will channel. Cause y'all don't understand, what y'all don't understand is, right, once they find out who, once these people find Lex Will channel, it's over. Everybody's leaving America. Everybody leaving Caribbean. Everybody's leaving South Africa. Everybody's gonna trying to get their ass right back to that Southeast Asian land. That's why we're trying to get these people to watch Lex Will on our channel, so we can get y'all back to the, to the land and the truth. Even though everybody won't be able to get back, maybe through the lifetime. But what I'm saying is, like, they're hiding the truth. Black Americans, a lot of y'all are Khoi, which is the Iudean. Right? This dude looks exactly like Lex Will. Now, this is not a good picture of Lex Will to show, because he doesn't grow his afro and beard as much now like he used to, but like this one, you could tell through this one, it looks more like, I don't know how to explain it, but when Lex had his beard grew out, it looked like him more, both red, both, so I'm saying, and he got the same look as, King Khoisan, same thing. Just King Khoisan got a little more. I don't even know if I'm saying the right shit, but more Khoisan DNA, if that makes sense, or more not Khoisan, Canaanite DNA. I don't, y'all know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, now we're going to do So now we're gonna do, what's his name? And I'm gonna try to go to his channel and try to promote Lex Will so he can watch him and he can understand the truth. But who else? I want to do Red Fox, but I don't know. Red Fox don't really look like King Khoisan a little bit. Red Fox, does he look Khoi? Does Red Fox look Khoi, guys? I guess so. He do look Khoi. You know what? Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Red Fox do look Khoi. Alright. Yeah, Red Fox does look like him a little bit. So yeah, Red Fox can be included, I guess. He looks like him. So, who else? Morgan Freeman. Yeah, Morgan Freeman, Khoi too. I already found Morgan Freeman in South Africa. When we found Morgan Freeman, here he go. Where Morgan Freeman at? Where he at? Nah, this ain't Morgan Freeman. This is a clone. That ain't Morgan Freeman, y'all. This is a clone. Let me show you where the real Morgan Freeman at. Let me show you where he at. There he is. Uh-oh. There the real Morgan Freeman. Uh-oh. It's a joke, but you guys get what I'm saying. Right? Where is it? There he is. Look. That's the real Morgan Freeman. Khoisan. Ah! Yep. That's the real Morgan Freeman. Yeah. His last name ain't Freeman. His last name actually Morgan Khoi. If you get what I'm saying, you'll get what I'm saying. Somebody lied to you guys, saying you guys are African. Look. Why is it that he called himself Khoisan, but he don't look like him? Because remember what we learned in the Bible and what Lex taught us? All Israelites didn't mix with Canaanites. You rarely see any Asian in him, and he called himself Khoi, right? He called himself Black African. You get it, y'all? Don't you guys get it? Let's get to the next one. Who else we gonna do? Yeah, I told y'all it's over. Like y'all got. I don't even know if I'll make the video, but you know, I've heard there's a big increase of ICE facilities in America. If you didn't know that, I might make a video about that. My only question about the ICE, well, we'll get that to the end. Who else we gonna do? It's gonna be a very long video, guys. I want y'all to skip all that. Not skip, but speed up the video so you can, the social more coys, Y'all didn't know Khoi is also a Vietnamese word, a Vietnamese name. Khoi is popular one syllable Vietnamese boy named bright, brilliant, handsome, or intelligent. Khoi is Vietnamese. Right? Vietnamese. Sino-Vietnamese. Sinite. Right? They changed something. So they're calling you a Canaanite. I guess. I guess what that means, right? Alright, so Vietnamese. We already know about the Vietnamese indigenous people. Right? Now, if you see this, they're going to show you, right, the Canaanites. But when you type in Negro, now you start seeing the Manik, the Aita, the Oranga Slee, all the Maniks and all the Maranga Slees. And guess what? Here's what you didn't know, right? Afro-Vietnamese individuals primarily emerged from unions between African colonial soldiers and Vietnamese women during the Indochina War, with many of the children facing abandonment or adoption. A distant group, the Black Hmong in Sapa, northern Vietnam. Wait, what? Right? Okay, we can't find nothing there. But I want to show you something else. Right. Were there any indigenous black people of Vietnam? Right. So, were there any indigenous Negritos of Vietnam? Yeah. There we go. So you have to say this multiple times because they hide stuff. Indigenous Negrito populations were historically present in Vietnam as part of the original hunter-gatherer inhabitants of Southeast Asia, Sundaland. I have no idea what the hell Sundaland is. Maybe it's another way for Southeast Asia, right? While distinct surviving Negrito communities are now largely found in Malaysia, aka the Orang Masli, like the Orang Masli, the Philippines, the Aita, and the Andaman Islands, which are the Lot, children of Lot. And then they forgot the Thailand, which are the Manik, right? So, they said they were historically present in Vietnam, right? Okay? So, and it's not showing, see, this is why they hide a bunch of shit, bro. Because look, there's an island called Condor This island is where that they found Negritos. Indigenous Negritos. Okay. Now, for some reason, it's not. So, for some reason, the AI don't want to talk about it. But I heard something saying that there were Negritos on this island, the Condeo, and I tried to read a book on it too. I was gonna post it, but they kept saying Moors and stuff like that. But okay, what the hell is this? All right. What the hell is this, yo? Okay, so we're gonna look up Vietnam map. I can't find Philippines though. Dang, bro, I can't. Like, bruh. Alright, so look. So Vietnam is right here. And now we're gonna type in Ko. Was it Ko Dari? Oh yeah, Condeo map. Alright, so Condeo's down there, okay. So the Condeo, right, is somewhere down here. It's somewhere down here. And Philippines Island is right over here. You don't think that the Negritos, some were on this island, escaped to this island? You don't think that? So, you know, but yeah. And then the biggest evidence, right? Black Vietnamese people, right? People. We're gonna go to this one. Where it at? Where it at? Where it at? Though? Where it at? Though? Where it at? Okay. Dang, it's not showing the thing. Okay, I can't find it, but I read something that there was about, like, what is it? There was about 25 Negritos left on the Vietnamese island, and then after that, there's none left now. I can't find that one, but what I'm saying is Khoi is a Vietnamese word. All right, there are Negritos that used to live in Vietnam. All right. The Negritos are of Manique, Benjamin Manique. Right, so, but now let's get back to the video. You might not be able to find no more cool people in America, but there's more. It's just, I'm trying to use people that are, like, you know, modern. So what would be other examples? Maybe Malik Monk. Malik Monk. Oh yeah, he does look like Malik Monk. There go another Khoi right there. His last name Monk. Sound like a Levite monk? I don't know. It's just talking. Right? Look exactly like Morgan Freeman. Right? Wait, let's just type Morgan. I just want to see. We saw the old Morgan Freeman. I mean, that other dude's old too, but I just want to see something right quick. See if they actually look alike one, because yeah. Yeah, this picture looks like this dude a little more. Now everybody has different diets, so that's why they develop differently when they're older. But Malik Monk looked exactly like Khoisan, man. You can see it. All right, who else? Who else? Who else looks Khoisan? Who else? Who else look Khoisan? I know it's some more example. Dang, let's see. Sorry guys, it's hard to remember all this stuff. Hope I didn't do this too long. But if it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Who else look Khoisan? I know it's some football players. We'll just type some random names till we find something. Let's see. Just trying to show y'all examples. We'll do Justin Jeff. Nah, he don't look Khoisan. Wait, what? He said what? Okay, let's just see if we got St. Brown. Did he look Khoisan? You know what? He might actually look Khoisan. He might look Khoisan. Let me see his parents. Okay, probably not. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I can find any more. This might be the end of the video. I've already showed you men and women that look like Khoisan in America. Alright. This might be it. Just trying to think if there's any more examples. That might be it. Let's keep thinking. Keep thinking. Muggsy Bow? He do look kind of Khoisan a little bit. He does a little bit, but oh yeah, Omar Benson Miller. Yep. He look Khoisan. Let's type in young. Oh yeah, he look Khoisan. Trying to find an example who look like him. But yeah, guys, that is it. That's all we could find for now. I might make a part two. But yeah, a lot of y'all are Khoisan or Iudean, which the next video we're gonna talk about to a message to the Khoisan people, right? That you're not actually Khoisan, you're Iudean. Alright? And remember, I live in Georgia, right? I keep hearing on the news about ICE detention centers replacing warehouses. When I go to the store, when I go to the, I don't know, I have been to a concert, I'm just an example, but a concert, a store, a game, basketball game, the park, all these places, I only see Negro people and, Japheth white people and maybe some Hispanics, but I don't see any illegal people all I see is Negro people in my area. So what I'm trying to tell you is, right, why are they making the ICE center in an area where all I see is Negro people? There's some of y'all that live in Chicago, Miami, Alabama, Ohio, New York. And when you go outside, all you see is Negro people and white. And they're trying to look for illegal. Why do they need a 20,000 seat facility detention center in an area where it's just people outside that look like you?